Right, welcome to episode 3. This is Henry, the Honda Cup. Quick bit of background, if you haven't seen these episodes before. Henry was stolen, dumped in a lake, and sat in the garage for 10 years. It's my mate's bike, and I said just drop it around here and I'll get it running and get it going again. So that's it. Right, let's crack on with some work. Need to put the springs on now for this thing. I hate this job. So I thought I had a spare spring knocking about, and I didn't. So I went on eBay. Someone was selling one in the next town over. I sent him an offer, and he said, "Hang on, 50p more." So not that. It's a really good offer, and he dropped it round. I offered to pick up. He said, "I'll come drop it round. I'm on my way." I said, "Okay, fine, cool. I'm on the way into the area, so I'll pick it up." So I got that. Need to install this spring in here before you put the exhaust on. So I'll get this spring on, get this all hooked up first, and then I've replaced the brake sensor because the other one was bent, so I've replaced that. That should be good. Put all this on, put the exhaust on. Yeah, let's just do that. I need some grease, and I need my chain brake tool. Breaker. Yeah, I was out on a ride today with Hippodrones and Phil for 80, and my bike started playing up, so I decided to head for home, and then I decided to pull over because I saw something, pulled over and fixed it roadside. I could have carried on the ride, to be honest, I didn't, but at the time I didn't realise, so I did not know. This is essentially what happened. I did not know. Trying to feel for my there it is. Last bolt. Oh, what? There you go. Boom! Wow. Who was that? Ugh. Gremlin. Are you up on the board, Gremlin? Are you up on the group board? I can't remember if your name's up on the board already. Gremlin 22. Yep, you're already on the board, so I can't add you, but. Anyway, thanks for donation. That will I'm gonna let. I'll see you. You need a new chain breaker. Thank you very much. Yep, that will be going towards the new chain breaker. That will be this chain breaker. I mean, look, it's the cheap nasty one that you can get for like Wish. I'm gonna go back onto wish.com, get another chain breaker. They last a few times. They last a few goes anyway. Like, so they last quite. And considering how cheap they are, unless I want to save up and get a decent one. I'm scared to break a decent one, so I don't really want to have a decent one. But when was the last time I used it? I can't remember now. I might see if I can just get the pins. If I can get the chain breaking pins, because all I need is the pins really. I'll have a look, but they're probably at £5 at least. This thing is just, I don't know if you can see it, there's a lot less now because I've brushed it down a bit, but there's still a lot of dead spiders in there. I have to take this whole thing apart and clean out all the dead spiders. But that's a genuine carb, so that's quite good that we have a genuine carb. But it came out really nice for a cheap exhaust, but it's on there. There's no numbers on this one, so this is probably the cheapest exhaust. This will go in about a year, I reckon, and then we'll have to find a proper one, or just keep an eye out for a proper one. But there's no numbers or anything on that, so we don't like these ones. These are the cheap nasty ones, 30 quid sort of dealies. Don't like them. They work for about a year and then they break. But you're not going to use it all the time, so maybe it will last longer. I'm doing a load of bits on this. We've got left indicator. And we have got right connection, but I need a bulb properly. And no brake lights, but this always dirty in there, so that one needs cleaning out. I'll take it apart, spray it, leave it for a bit, come back to it. Cleaned out the contacts, cleaned out the contacts in the middle, so power, front brake, putting the lever now, boom, nice and bright, look at that, and then Very nice. So yeah, we got... Okay, getting there with the electrics. Not bad at all. Looking good. Oh yeah. Cracked on. Went through all my spares. And yeah, bolted on the airbox. That's the incorrect bolt, but this side's got the correct one on. So I've got a bolt there. It's not the correct one, but that's fine for now. Got the carburetor on. I need a Jubilee clip, a big Jubilee clip to go around there. Got the carburetor on, horns on, horn works. That's all lined up. Unfortunately, I need the spring for the carburetor, which I don't have. I thought that was one, but it's not. So I need the spring for the carburetor, and I need 2 screws to hold on the tap, because I don't have the screws for the tap. But I've taken apart the carburetor. Inside was basically lovely. Checked everything; it's all clear. So that's pretty good. Whether or not the float wants to work or not, different story, but we'll find out, I guess, when I do a test start. I would do a test start, but yeah, I'm missing that thing. I need to wire up the petrol tank, plumb in the petrol tank, and wait for the back end. And here's that crack I was telling you about. There's a massive crack on the other side as well, so for the sake of anything, let's just replace that. They're only 20 something quid. Replace that with a new one, but it's if you have a rack on it and you lift up the bike by the rack at the back, that can crack it. So that kind of makes sense why that's happened. Right then, oof, I'm gonna stop and have some lunch. But yeah, look, got indicators and everything. And they work. I'll leave that like that, but I will have to replace that or cover it over again. Some electrical tape here holding the headlight on for now, because I'm waiting for headlight screws to arrive and a few other random screws. Right, so Terry just dropped down some bits. Hopefully these are the 2 screws I need. Dropped down some nice bits and a chain guard. I need to give it a good old clean though. It's super greasy. He didn't want to use it because it's just too greasy for him, so I don't know. Do I dump it in a... Yeah, I'll just dump some paraffin on it, I think, and leave it. Maybe spray it down with some paraffin. We might be able to get the engine running soon, as in within the next 10 minutes. Come on, Henry. Start up. I've got to redo the carburetor again. I think that's the issue. Could try one last thing actually before I put it away. Okay, so we can get it going. Right, cool. Starts. Okay, it's leaking fuel. I'm going to drain it all, I think. Just be on the safe side, let's just drain it all out. I fired it up on the red line because I had the idle all the way all the way in. So I knew that was going to happen. So I can turn down the idle a bit now. So in here, it's a bit hard to see, but in there's 2 pipes that go down. Because you have an on, you can have an on in reserve. It's in here somewhere. But annoyingly, one side's cut. So what happens is that you just have they're both cut to inside the tank here. They're both cut flush, so you can't have a reserve. So I've bunged one up with a bunch of metal paste, put a pipe on it, put a screw in it. It's all Jubileed up, so I don't think it's going to leak. But I'll just leave it to test it. At least we know that that's all working though, so that's good. About all I'm going to do. That's about all I'm going to do now for this week. I'm going away at the weekend, so I'm going to leave the poor bike here to sit. Hopefully all the parts will come when I'm, or over the next few days or whatever, or next week or whatever, and oh man, it's getting close, we're getting close. So I need to take the carb off, do a proper rebuild, change the gaskets, change a few things, because it is leaking, clean it out a bit better. I didn't clean it, I gave it a quick look, but I was just more interested in, can I get this up and running? And yes, the engine seems like it's solid. So I can report back to the owner, engine's good. We're getting there. Maybe another 50 quid to finish. So maybe under 500 quid. But we'll see what happens. Still a long way off. But it's getting close. Getting close. Getting very close. Anyway, that's it for this time. If you enjoyed the video, please drop it a like, leave a comment, anything like that, whatever. I'll catch you in the next video. Henry's soon for MOT, hopefully.